Oh, please say to me, you'll let me hold your hand. Alright, welcome back for more Eco, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are after our save spot on the old bridge, and let's just continue onwards across here. Now, I gotta say, after the last episode, I went ahead and attempted a speedrun of this game, which did not go quite well. I did beat the game 6 minutes over 2 hours, which means I barely missed that trophy because I was 6 minutes too late. You have to book your ass through this game perfectly, because I did everything right. I swear. I even gave myself like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, so there's about 5 minutes, you know, kind of give or take, that I kind of could have done a little bit faster. But even then, that was an overstatement. I literally did everything perfectly, and I saved at all the spots, which might have had something to do with it. And I did it in a single sitting, which just kind of goes to show that you really have to know this game inside and out and time your jumps perfectly. And you have to also get a little bit lucky, because sometimes these fights will not go in your favor. Sometimes they'll go fast, sometimes you'll fail really badly. But here we are fighting these stupid grunts, and they're not too difficult. It's just kind of annoying sometimes having to fight these guys. Even actually a lot of the times it's really annoying to fight these guys. I'm not gonna lie, the combat in this game is not particularly its strong suit, or strong suit. I don't know why I said sweet, but anyway, what we're gonna want to do is go ahead and move this over the pressure switch it's on, you know. And once it does that, it will lift up a staircase, a beautiful, beautiful staircase right over here. And there's like the pigeon that's like, ah, what's going on? Oh my god. Okay, so here the camera switches over to us. Don't jump down, Yorda, please. Now, so like I said, this game is really actually quite linear, but if you want, you can head out this door over here, this pressure switch activated door, and this does nothing for the time being except allows us to come back to this point later if we wanted to. There's no point, but there's a lower drawbridge here that we can do nothing about, and there's a circular area over there we're gonna get to in just a little bit, but for the time being, there's nothing we can do here, so just letting you guys know about that, because obviously if I didn't tell you about that, someone's gonna be like, hey, where are you gonna go? What are you? Oh well. There it is, and we'll eventually be able to pull the switch that'll be able to let us go back over here if we so desired, but there's no point to backtrack towards this area ever again, so there's that, and we're just going to continue onwards. Today is, oh, here we are back on, you know, where we were before, so you can look all the way over there, which is really nice, this scenery and this, this looks so good for a 2001 game, I swear to God, but, well, considering the realistic minimalistness of this, I guess, but today is January almost 30th, it's almost 11:30 at night, so it's the 30th tomorrow, and after I record this, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and upload the first episode tonight, which would be, I guess, this morning, the morning of January 30th, so there's that for you. So we're going to head over here, we're going to head up on this chain, and in case you guys didn't already notice, Yorda cannot climb up chains. I'm not sure if I made that explicitly clear or not, but she cannot do as many acrobatics as a 12-year-old boy. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go do this by ourselves. So we're going to go ahead and activate this switch, which, as you would have guessed, it will activate that door. And she won't quite, oh, there she goes, running through it. Now, a couple of enemies are going to spawn here, spoilers. Yes, I've basically memorized this game at this point, even after playing it just a couple times. It's kind of predictable almost, but at the same time, it's like very like kind of satisfying. And so many games have like taken this like as an inspiration. Like I know Twilight Princess, like what's his face took an inspiration for this. I already forgot his name. I'll flash it up, but you guys all know who I'm talking about. And so did the dudes who made Silent Hill and whatever. But even though this was a 2001 game and it wasn't like Majora's Mask was already out and stuff and just all that kind of stuff, it's just like the surrealistic and the lighting and such. But oh, there she is getting taken over there. I forgot there was one over here. So anyway, when she gets caught in that portal over there, you have a couple seconds to bring her out of there. Otherwise, you get a game over. So we're gonna go ahead and lift her out, which is really kind of, I love that, like how she just like takes her out of there, and it's so good. We got these stupid enemies, God, and later on they just get even more annoying and bulky, and spoilers, they start flying, which is just one of the most annoying things that they can do in this game. You only have a 3-hit combo, and once you're done with that 3-hit combo, you are a little bit vulnerable, but something that you can do is if you're running and you just slash once, you'll keep running, but if you try it in combo, he'll just stay in the same spot, so you're going to want to be careful for that, because if they're too far away, you won't advance with your combo. You guys know how I'm usually kind of off about that. No, don't hoist her over your shoulder. She's mine! She's my princess. And we're going to head over here. We can't hit them while they're on the ground, unfortunately, so we're going to have to wait until they get up a little bit, but as long as we can get them cornered, I think we're good here. So with that, alright, that might have been the last one. Yes, it was the last of them. Very nice. Let's go around that, even though it's completely pointless, and save here. So, yes. Alright, so let's sit down and come on in. The water's fine. Alright, so very nice. Let's just let's just go on and continue, shall we? So now we can head over to that block, and basically what you're going to be looking for in this game are ways to have Yorda, you know, proceed into the next area due to her lack of, you know, her lack of athletic prowess and, whoa, that was weird. Her lack of athletic powers and being able to do anything, basically. She's like a child in this game, and you're going to want to kind of, you know, take that piece of information to heart because you're going to have to literally hold her hand the entire way through. But I really like the mechanics of how we're helping her. She's going to climb on the cube, and we can go and lift her up, and it's just, oh god, just look at that, you guys. It's like so simple, but it's so effective, you know. And oh wow, let's just continue on this way and heading up here. Now we're going to get into a little bit more of the enemies we're going to fight a lot later, and they're really annoying. And I hate them a lot, so you're going to want to be a little bit careful. There's kind of something we can look at. There's this death down there, but there's also a ladder there. I wonder what that's for. And we're going to have to go up those stairs in just a minute here, but if we continue on over here, you can kind of get in like an overlook of where we're going to be heading off to in just a minute here. Well, a couple minutes, but you'll notice also there's that area that we were just at over there a little bit, so there's that, and you can kind of get your bearings on like where we're at, because this is like a really nicely detailed castle that's very consistent, and it's actually quite symmetrical as well, and we'll get into that later. But here is just, I hate this part. Now you're going to be careful here, because like, I think I might have mentioned this or not, enemies will knock you off edges, and this is going to be the prime place where they're going to do that. Not only are they bulkier and have more health, but also they're going to be able to fly now, which is also quite the nuisance. And this guy right here is going to be starting being like one of your main characters, which is really annoying, or enemies or whatever. And I don't like it at all. So we're going to be a little bit careful here, because they're going to do this stupid attacking thing. And also you'll notice they'll step back if you're only trying to kill them. And they haven't, like right there, they're just going to go backwards, and they'll be like impossible to hit. But if you let Yorda by herself a little bit, then they'll go to her, and they'll ignore all beings of self-defense, and you'll be able to attack them a lot that way. See right there, if I get too close, they'll just jump back, which is kind of annoying. But if you let them chase Yorda for a second, then that is good. It'll give you a chance to attack. So die, please, and die, please. And you'll notice their spawn. You do not want to get caught in their spawn. Do not let them get Yorda into their spawn, because if you do, chances are that while you're trying to pull her out, they'll attack you and you'll fall off the edge. And that's only happened to me on the first time I played this, but still, you're going to want to take that into consideration, because it's really annoying. These guys look like really tough, but we're just taking them out easily. Oh god, and there's a fat one coming. And unfortunately, these guys won't fall off, so we can deal massive damage to them. But go ahead and head over here, and there we go. So kill that guy and kill this guy once and for all, shall we? Ah, god, I kind of hate how we have to wait for them to get up, but at the same, it kind of makes us like cheapskates. But don't knock them off the edge, because this guy can fly for whatever reason. Ah, no! How dare you? Okay, yeah, go to her, but go through me. Yes, there. Okay, hopefully that was the last one. Let's see. Is there any more over here? Did it? Yes, there it is. Okay, very nice. So over here you can kind of see more of the castle, the cinematic view. This is where we were a little bit ago. You can. I'm going to try and get the couch there, but you can't really see it from here, unfortunately. So let's just head down here, and let's just continue onward, shall we? So here's where that second portal would have been. It would have been over here. So we're going to head down here. And, oh, don't fall. Or I guess we could. It doesn't really matter. Like I said in the last episode, if you press X, you can grab back onto the ladder, but also he'll grab on by himself, which I kind of didn't notice at first. So, alright, come on. Let's go this way. And here you can kind of get an overlook of that room we were just in before with the second couch, which is kind of nice because it's kind of like the same room and such. And I think if you left those enemies in there, they would still be there. If you had gone, you could still see them and stuff. It has that continuity aspect to it. So over here we've got a minecart, which is kind of interesting. This is the only part in the game where we have anything to do with the minecart, but basically what we're supposed to do is we're going to go and we're going to send it off this way. Now you can press backwards and go backwards, but we're not going to bother dealing with that because it's just kind of a waste of time. Even though we're not really pressed for time here, I don't want to deal with it. So let's go ahead over here and keep on running over this way. And we're going to be going over some nice little areas, kind of getting a nice little scenic route here. Very nice. Alright, now with that done, we've got another couch here. Very nice. So let's go ahead and save. But come on up. Come on up. So there she is. She's going to climb up all nicely, and we're going to go and sit on this couch and have ourselves a nice good old save here. Oh yes. Come on in. The water's great. Alright, now that that's done, we're actually making some pretty okay progress. Initially I was planning on just doing like a full like speed run of this game with the commentary still going and then skipping all the things, but that was kind of a fleeting moment. I didn't really feel like that would have been good because I kind of wanted to show as much of this game as possible, and in doing that it'd probably end up being like a 3-hour video, and that would have been the video, would have just been Eco, and that would have been the video, but I decided against it. We're gonna do like kind of traditional, you know, with parts and stuff like that. So there's that. Now over here we've got this area that we were just looking at over there. We're gonna have to head off into. Now you'll notice these pipes here. These pipes where we're gonna have to shimmy, shimmy, shimmy to the break of dawn. Yeah, this is where the game gets a little bit annoying sometimes with the camera movement, because the movement is the movement changes with the camera. So if it looks like I'm moving left, like right here I'm just moving left, now I have to press up because the camera changed in order to keep on continuing along the line there. It's not a fixed camera, and then you have to rechange it there, so you have to actually be going in that direction. So we're gonna go and press this lever over here, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna raise that giant I guess cage thing, I guess. And so once that's done, it's going to go ahead and revolve over there, and as you could have hopefully maybe imagined, that is where we're going to be able to send Yorda to and make her stand on that. So it is very nice for us, so we're going to continue on backward. Oh, careful there, Eco, you don't want to fall off to your death there, do you? We're going to continue on backwards over here. Now there's another route that we can get over there, but this one is slightly faster, and this one we'll also have a little bit more access to Yorda, so that's very nice. We're going to continue onwards because Yorda's just standing there all nonchalantly, just watching us be men. There's men at work here. Alright, so let's go jump over here. And you want to be careful because sometimes the jumps are a little wonky. Now you're going to want to lend your hand out here for her. Just come on in, the water's fine. Nope, what are you doing, Eco? Sometimes he'll do that. And what's kind of annoying is if you press up, is he'll just like shimmy a different direction. And why didn't we help her that one? Whatever, so there's that. We can go leave her over here for a little bit and jump back over this way. Then go across the pipe once more. And we're going to go and activate the lever to send it down because we need to get to that grassy area, if you guys can already tell. And once we do that, we'll be able to head off into the next area, which we'll be seeing quite a bit of throughout the course of this game. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm pressing up there. The controls. Sometimes the controls are just really, like, irritating. Like, the controls will be, like, the reason for me dying or something, or the camera, but... yeah, you might want to hold on to something there, Yorda, so you don't die. So, that's going down. Or hopefully it'll start going down, right? And here, there it is. Okay, the volume on my TV is like spectacularly low. Like I didn't expect it to be this low when I was recording. But lo and behold it is. So let's go head over here. Now this is the alternate route I was talking about. We can head up here and climb up this wall here. This is a very nice wall that is very nicely placed here. I mean, what is this? Prince of Persia? I'm going to head over here. Assassin's Creed or whatever. Now we're going to head over here, and oh my god, cruel, cruel world, so long. Oops, don't fall off there, Eco. Now what we can do here is just go to the edge of the crane, and then go down here, and we can fall to our death, and then grab on by itself, and then fall to our death and grab on by itself, and then fall to our death and don't grab on. Now over here, same thing. Now we just need to jump over to this area over here, and what jump? There it is, very nice. Now here I love like the hand here. Is very reminiscent of a Disney film I will not name, but it features the voice talents of, oh my god. Okay, there we go. So we can lift her up that way. And what's weird is you have to press triangle to lift Yorda, or to lift yourself up when you're off a ledge, but you have to press up to lift Yorda up, which is kind of unusual. I kind of wish they kept it consistent a little bit, but it's not that much of a big deal. So there's that we were talking about earlier, the drawbridge that had very strange shading effects to it. And we can now go back into that room if we so desired, which there's little reason to. I don't see there being a reason to go back. And notice these stairs. Don't worry about those stairs quite yet. We're going to get into that later. But first, we're going to go and save. Oh yeah, come on in. The water's fine, baby. Okay, I think I kind of like this angle a lot, because like it just like goes to them and then it just like goes out like that. But I think we're gonna go ahead and get to one more couch before we end off this video, simply because we're actually making some pretty good ground for the time being, and I don't want these to be too long because I know just too much of this game will probably like make you go crazy. And I'm actually kind of glad about the length of this game. It is quite short, like I said, but if it was any longer, I think I'd probably freak out because there's only so much you can do in this, you know. But we got another ledge here. Now you don't have to let her go across, but if you want, you can go out this door. This is going to be very important for later because this is going to be a reoccurring part throughout the course of this game. Here we've got a couple areas with a couple of drawbridges over there, and then things we can't quite do yet. You'll notice there's a block over there that we can go ahead and move for later and stuff like that. And if we leave her in a different screen for too long, enemies are going to come and take her, and it'll be detonated, or you know, you'll know it because she'll scream, and there's this over here that we can do drawbridge later, and it's going to be really important, so, and it's actually required, so I don't even know why I said that, but anyway, what we can do here is go up these these windowsills, and then we can continue on, and basically we need to get to the ceiling beams and go and deal with something there, but you can also go up the right side. I think there's a ladder there that we can do, but I like this side better because we're just so much cooler. So now we can go up here, and then go up onto this I said go up here, and then go up onto this last one, and then run over here to the middle area, to where, if you probably didn't notice, there's a chandelier here, and we're going to want to not fall off and die, hopefully, but we're going to want to go and jump on it, and it didn't fall, but when we hit it with the wooden stick, it decides that it feels like falling, maybe? Whoa, watch out, Eco! Oh my god. And with that, falls into a plate. Wait a minute, that was pointless. What are you doing, Yorda? Why are you running in place over there? That was strange. Okay, fine. I guess it had to do that for the cutscene since we left her right under it, but okay, fine. Thanks, game, for moving her out of the way for us. She was kind of freaking out there, man, but... So we're going to head back over here. You'll notice we can also get over there around the sides there and get down there if we really wanted to, but as you guys remember, you'll see idle blocks there. We're going to have to get rid of those in a minute here, but now is the time where we're going to want to descend some stairs. For when descension of these stairs becomes apparent, we'll be able to continue on with our thing. Now here's one of the funniest things in the entire game. I thought it was just, I don't know, I just love it so much. I don't even know why. Here we've got bombs, okay, these giant bombs, and we carry them like that. You'll notice how, like, it's so huge, it's like basically our body weight, and we're carrying it all, like, super awkwardly. Like, look at how awkwardly I'm holding that. Now, what's even funnier is when we're holding Yorda's hand and we're carrying it. That is, oh, stupid pillar. That is just, it's so funny. Just look at the, I don't even know what it is to say about that. But anyway, we're going to head over here and drop it on this wobbly pillar. And once we do that, we'll actually be able to light it up with this, I guess. Wait, I thought the chandelier fell down there. Well, it must have still been this lit one right here that was left here. Even though, no, that came from the chandelier. We can go light it up, you know. Gotta light! Flame on! You're fired. And with that, it exploded. And the point of this is to get across that crevice. That's why we're blowing up this bridge over there that was previously above us. So now we can't go across the center there like we were before. We're going to have to go around the perimeter of that area in order to do it. And in case you need bombs, there's some over there, and there's also sticks there, so... There's that to take into consideration, I guess. It's not like the Deku stick where they'll run out. It's just the fire will just go out if you let it on your stick for too long. So we're going to have to head back upstairs and then go across the way that way so we can actually end up on the other side there, which is really nice for us. So let's go ahead and continue on, shall we? We're going to ignore the couch for the time being and run through here. So yes, it's kind of a lot of having to like navigate through other screens and having to do certain things in different areas to continue on. So you'll notice there's enemies here. Oh no! Great. This sucks, man. I don't want to have to fight them here. And the flying ones are going to come flying. Now, what we can do here is we can run our Tanuki arses like hell and get out of here as fast as we can. Because once you reach those idle doors, those are basically the harbingers of death. We're going to run and we're surrounded. And when we get to the idle doors, instant death to every enemy on the screen. Oh, yeah. So nice. Sweet, sweet justice. All right, let's get out of here, man. So they're all dead, which is really nice. You want to remember that for later because that's a pretty good technique. Now, here we are in the courtyard. We won't have exactly the same luck out here, so we're basically going to want to speedrun out of here because I'm pretty sure these are infinitely spawning enemies. I'm not exactly sure because I've always just tried running through this because there's always so many enemies here. Chances are they will grab us here at first, and then they'll send us into the corner. There are many portals here, and it's really annoying because where we have to go, we have to keep on running. Come on, run, Yorda, run, run! Don't stop us! Don't stop me now! I'm having such a good time, and we're gonna get to the idle door, and yeah! Alright, so we'll get more into this area later, but yes, that is awesome. I usually am caught there. And wait, Yorda, whoa, wow, she really wanted to get out of there. So wait, we're already at the end of the game, you guys. Alright, great success, you guys. Very nice. And with that...
Kenza! 大阪がおかしごが Roka!
알려주토. 이니 가이다선시. そしてにれ開催をゆいあいろ即非力し根性し宇宙しか因縁性プリトゥハーツな便利性的究極感謝
大丈夫أنا بدي أتصرف كتميز
إذا نرك أمي يكسر زويد يا دنيا نكية تكي
Wow, you guys, that is pretty heavy right there. So there we got a first glimpse of the queen, who just reeks of death and antagonistness. So it looks like these doors are now shut. Now, the rest of the game is going to be spent trying to open these, and we'll get into that a little bit later because I don't want to spoil anything. Look how good that sun looks, you guys. You don't see games with the sun that looks this good in 2001, I swear to God. That blooming lighting effect definitely does wonders for this game. So we're gonna have to get out of here and go back to the castle and figure out how to open this gate. And you'll notice some of the things the queen said to Yorda, and what Yorda said to us we wouldn't be able to understand, which was only available in the localization in the PAL and European versions. They added that in, which is what this game is based off of, not the North American version. So it's a little bit different here, but that's all we're gonna end up doing for this episode of Ico. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're kind of almost halfway through the game right now, and I only say that because I can, from this point, I would only have gotten here in like 20 minutes. So anyway, that's it for this episode, you guys. Come on in. Water's fine. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.